This will be a quick review of the WTB Nano 52 tire. It's 700 by 52. It was mounted on my Trek Checkpoint Gen 3 SL5, and it measured 55 millimeter wide on my wheels. And don't forget, my wheels are 30 millimeter internal width, so that makes a difference on the width of your tire. Although when you look on the box, WTB says that this tire is light and fast rolling. Well, it'll depend to which tire you're comparing it to. I was coming out of an event that I was using the Schwalbe Thunderbird, and I have to say that it was night and day difference. First of all, these tires measured 668 grams each on my scale. I am running 21 psi in the front and 22 psi in the back. If you look at the tread pattern on this tire, you will see that it resembles a lot the WTB Nano Raptor, which was the first 29er tire available on the market. I find that the grip is good. I feel like the turning on this tire is very predictable, that the grip is even on all the surface of the tire. Although I dress very flashy, I don't like my tires to be flashy, so I really love the Subdue branding on these WTB Nano 52 tires. You can feel the protection of this tire by the thickness of the sidewalls. This is a 60 TPI tire, so right there, that's gonna hinder the rolling resistance. And I have to say that the rolling resistance and the weight is felt when you're using this tire on your bike, especially when you're doing like me and comparing it to many tires and you've been running a lot of different tires in one season. That's the fun of this project. Comparing a lot of tires back to back to back allows me to really feel the difference between each, and that's why I'm doing videos like this, to report it back to you to help you choose the proper tire for your rides. These were the easiest tires to mount tubelessly that I tested this summer. At 20 psi on my floor pump, the whole bead was already seated on my wheels. Although rolling resistance is not the only criteria to choose a tire, let's face it, it's somewhat of a very important factor, and the rolling resistance on these tires is somewhat high. I can definitely feel the bigger effort I have to put in my bike to go faster. I come to this conclusion after testing these tires for 2 weeks. I would not be comfortable recommending this tire for you guys. I'm gonna go with a bold prediction. If it ever gets measured on rollingresistance.com, I am thinking that it's gonna be in the mid 30 watts for sure. The only slowest tire that I've tested this summer is the Bontrager Gironas, and they are coming out at like 42 or 44 watts, so that's pretty freaking slow. But if you want a tire to be indestructible, to go on a super epic ride with lots of rock, and you don't want to have punctures or a ripped out tire, this could be a good choice. It'll be a slower tire, you're gonna use a little bit more energy. One thing you have to be mindful of when you're running big tires is that you're probably gonna run into toe overlap issues. So if you like to jump and move your handlebars and stuff like that, be careful with that. If you have some very tight turns that you're cornering just with the handlebars, be mindful of that also. So that's my take on the WTB Nano 52. Let me know what are the most important aspects you're looking at when you're purchasing a tire. I'll do a grid to make sure that I see what is the most important factor for all the people that are watching these videos, to make sure that I cover that information for all of you. So I hope you enjoyed the thrill of your rides. Cheers.